Last episode, we saw Qin Feng captured by the large ape, who then sacrificed itself to save Qin Feng. However, the powerful elder of the blood demon sect, after great difficulty, defeats the beast and breaks through the cave's large door. At that moment, Qin Feng also breaks free from his captivity. Qin Feng is unaware that the elder's true motive is to capture his soul power and present it to his master, the dangerous Lord Xiefeng. Simultaneously, the second son of the Yun family, their illegitimate child who is desperate to establish his identity within his household, also seeks to capture Qin Feng, collaborating with this elder. As soon as Qin Feng emerges from the cave, he launches a swift attack on the elder, and a major battle ensues. Both Qin Feng and the powerful elder strike at each other with their full might. Qin Feng's old friend was also killed because of this demon, so Feng attacks him in a rage with his eternal flame, but the demon protects himself by summoning his blood soul native shield. The demon is now very weak and exhausted, yet he attempts to attack Feng with his blood demon array. Feng creates a net with his spear and tries to kill the demon once more. Witnessing all this, the second son of the Yun family is terrified. The demon still doesn't give up. He rises again and tries to absorb the soul powers of his injured and deceased soldiers to attack Qin Feng again. But Feng defends himself. The demon is now very weak, so he even tries to pull the soul power of the Yun family son, who is standing nearby. But just then, Qin Feng completely kills him with the help of his eternal flame. As Qin Feng advances to kill Yun, Jiang arrives and stops Feng from doing so. Jiang asks Feng to spare Yun, but then Yun asks her, Why? Why are you sparing me? Jiang says, the Yun family owes me a great debt, so spare him and let's go from here. Feng, Jiang, and the little monkey start to leave when Yun stops them and says, I've seen your powers. You can even extract evil soul powers. Now he wants Feng to use his powers to extract his evil soul power so that he can become a good person. He reveals, not just me. The entire Yun family has evil blood that has been passed down through generations. But Yun now wants to abandon all this and become Feng's servant. Feng agrees and frees him from the evil soul power. Yun asks Feng for a pill that would allow Feng to control him completely, but Feng gives him a Guoyen pill, saying he doesn't want a servant, but a brother. The Guoyen pill, which has healing power but no control, completely astonishes Yun. Hearing this, Jiang is also surprised and looks at Feng with loving eyes. Now Feng, Jiang, and the little monkey set off into the jungle to find magical herbs to apply to Jiang's injuries. In the jungle, Jiang and Feng are talking to each other when Jiang's eyes fall upon some glowing flowers. Her eyes widen in surprise as she explains that these are very rare special flowers, adding that these flowers would be worth 100 million silver coins. Just then, Feng stops her and says in surprise, At this moment, you're thinking about silver coins instead of healing? But Jiang replies, Do I need to worry about healing when you are here? Hearing this, Feng blushes and coughs. Changing the subject, Feng seats Jiang on a stone and goes to gather medicine himself. Feng is now jumping from tree to tree, collecting herbs for Jiang. Jiang watches him do all this with great affection and praises him. Jiang thinks, how much soul power must he have to be so special? Meanwhile, Feng diligently gathers all the herbs to make the medicine. Jiang gives Feng a third-grade medicine cauldron for making the medicine. Then Feng lifts all the herbs into the air and, with the help of his eternal flame and alchemy powers, begins to make the medicine. Jiang is greatly astonished to see how easily Feng is doing all this. Jiang is surprised that this is the art of a 5th-grade alchemy master that Feng is using. But Feng tells her, his soul powers are not enough to do 5th-grade refining, but his flame is very special, which is helping him do all this. The medicine is ready, which Jiang eats, and her injury heals. But Feng explains, the injuries have healed, but Jiang's physical body is still in the same condition as before. He also states, once the physique is damaged, the soul power can also be damaged. Jiang says she has a special physique, a chaotic divine body, but people often call it useless. Feng encourages her, saying, a chaotic divine body is not entirely useless. Both your physique and soul power can improve. Hearing this, Jiang is very surprised that her soul power can increase. She had never felt it before. Feng explains the reason, saying, because your cultivation power is very low, that's why, when you enter the open meridian state, you will start to feel your soul power. Feng says, I can use the 9-star clutch to separate your soul power and physical body so that in the future, your soul power will improve with your physique, but the soul power will not be destroyed due to the destruction of the physical body. Jiang sits down. As soon as Foam begins to use his 9-star clutch technique, a third level and most powerful demon suddenly appears. Foam cannot stop his work in the middle, so he asks the little monkey to stop the demon. The monkey and the demon are fighting, but the monkey is getting a little weaker. Seeing this, Foam gives him the spear he won at the auction and also teaches him some fighting techniques with the help of the eternal flame. The monkey is indeed holding off the demon using these techniques, but then he spots a beautiful female monkey and, falling in love with her, starts following her. Jiang is even more astonished by Feng's powers. Seizing the opportunity, the demon begins to attack Foam and Jiang. Foam, however, cleverly spins and evades the attacks. He then uses his spear to trap the demon in a large net so that he can resume the crucial task of separating Jiang's soul power and physique. Through the technique, Foam discovers that Jiang's soul power is that of a 6th-grade purple-gold spirit flower god, and he completes the 9-star technique by separating her soul power and physique. At that moment, the demon breaks through the net and comes out, attempting to attack Foam. Foam also strikes him hard with his spear, and the demon falls far away. Jiang comes to Foam and asks about him. How are you? Foam replies, this is nothing to worry about. Just then, Foam remembers the little monkey, wondering where he went. Is he in trouble somewhere? As he turns to look at Jiang, Jiang is looking at him lovingly, which makes Foam very shy, and he starts to leave. Jiang begins to flirt with him, saying, you can call me Ziyue, but Foam leaves to find the little monkey. Jiang then calls out from behind, you can also affectionately call me Sheiyue. Foam tries to find the monkey, when suddenly Jiang appears from behind a tree. Actually, this isn't Jiang, it's the Yushu's spiritual marrow, a spirit that has taken Jiang's form. The spiritual marrow, in Jiang's form, approaches Foam and tries to get close to him and show affection. Foam feels very awkward seeing all this, but then he realizes something is wrong. He takes Jiang's hand and, with the help of his powers, sees that it's the Yushu's spiritual marrow. Foam then uses his eternal flame, asks the marrow to come closer, and then slaps the marrow with his full strength, which causes the marrow to fall to the ground and try to escape. But Foam tries to fight it with his spear when the marrow grabs him with its branches. The marrow says that its branches are of the opening my realm, which are very difficult to break, but Foam also frees himself with the help of his soul powers and starts attacking the marrow, but the marrow successfully escapes and goes into its holy rime. Foam also follows it there. Foam now enters a new world where there is a large astrology chart in the middle, which he looks at and says, this looks like my iron. There are many holy artifacts floating in the air here. Then, behind Foam, we see the Yushu's spiritual marrow, who has been living in this place for the last 100 years. The marrow says that in the field of astrology, I am a god. As soon as it says this, it starts attacking Foam. Foam tries to defend himself, but the marrow surrounds him from all sides. The marrow throws a large artifact at Foam, causing Foam to fall and land on a large circular chart where fire is all around Foam. Then a fiery dragon comes and breathes fire, but as soon as Foam gets up to attack it, a magical hand comes and grabs Foam. Then the marrow also appears and says with great arrogance, no matter how high the sky or how deep the earth, no one can leave my world. Just then, Foam uses his spear to create walls that take the form of a large box, trapping the marrow inside. In this way, Foam controls all of the marrow's magic weapons. The marrow tries very hard to get out of the box, but is defeated by Feng's powers. The marrow begs for its life, but Foam kills it because it has harmed many people with its magic weapons until now. And he stores its power in 3 bottles. Now Foam goes to look for the monkey. The monkey is kissing a tree, mistaking it for his female monkey, when Foam wakes him up and brings him back to Jiang. Jiang comes to Foam and asks about him. How are you? Foam laughs and jokingly says, I'm fine, but this little monkey is somewhere else entirely. Hearing this, Jiang also laughs. Jiang then starts flirting with Foam again and asks, don't you like girls? Hearing this, Foam again becomes awkward and changes the subject, starting to talk about the Yushu's spiritual marrow. Foam says, drinking this bottle will further improve your physique. Jiang shyly asks Foam, Foam, you are healing me. How will I repay this debt? But Foam tells her, it's nothing like that. Did you help me to gain something before? Foam tells Jiang, we are friends, which makes Jiang sad and she thinks, Are we just friends? Now we see 3 flashes of lightning, and Jiang, Feng, and the little monkey are all sitting together, increasing their powers. Feng's eternal flame powers have completely returned. Jiang has entered the open meridian state, and the power of her 6th grade soul has also increased to 7th grade. The little monkey has also upgraded to the 3rd level. Now these 3, with their increased powers, start heading back to Langshan County, and with that, this episode ends here.